What's up guys, Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today we are talking about the all-new 2022 Ford Super Duty and exactly what has changed. So 2022 was a mid-cycle refresh on the Ford Super Duty, and we're going to tell you the things that you need to know that's different on this model versus the previous generation, so that way you can make a decision which way should I go, the 21 or the 22. Now before we go any further in the video, I do want to let you know that TC Customs Town & Country TV, we're giving away a full-size Bronco, a four-door Bronco, and we're going to launch that giveaway the day that we hit 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. So stop what you're doing right now, hit that big subscribe button, turn it to gray, and go ahead and hit the bell notification so that way you don't miss any future videos. But we're really excited to launch that giveaway, and we're going to do it the day that we hit 300,000 subscribers. So back to the video. Now the first thing you probably are saying, like, okay, what's different on the front end of the truck? Not much. There's not much at all. In fact, I've got the actual ordering guide here that I'm not going to sit here and read this to you because nobody wants to actually listen to someone reading things. I'm going to give you a tour of the vehicle itself and kind of go over the ins and the outs of everything that has changed for this particular year model. First up, this is a platinum model, and that means it is pretty much the highest trim level you can get outside of the limited model. Now what's so cool about the platinum is that it has got platinum appliques and platinum front grills. So what I like about this front grill is it's kind of got this satin chrome look to it. That's one of the signature things about the platinum trim levels. Now you'll also notice that it comes with a painted front bumper. That is key with the platinum model, whereas like the Lariats and things like that, most of those, they come with a chrome badge or a chrome grille like this, comes with a chrome bumper. So it's nice to see that you've got the painted front bumper to match the paint on the rest of the vehicle itself. Now this is a 2022 model, obviously, because that's the thumbnail that you clicked on, that's the title that you clicked on, but it is the F250 model. Now what does that mean? And I've had a lot of people ask, what's the difference between like a 250 and a 350 single rear wheel? So as you guys probably know, you can get a Super Duty in an F350 with the single rear wheel. What's the biggest difference? The biggest difference is going to be the springs in the rear of the vehicle. And so the idea there is you're supposed to be able to carry significantly more payload on a 350 single rear wheel than you can with a 250. And so if you don't have a whole lot of payload, or you don't constantly have a fifth wheel or a gooseneck hooked up in the bed of the truck, the 350 may not be for you. The 250 might be the better option. Let's talk about the wheels and also the tires, since this is going to look a little different. This is actual a TC Customs. This is a retail customer that ordered this vehicle for himself, and he had the TC Customs treatment. So this actually is a 20-inch platinum wheel, and as you can see, it does have a set of Nitto Ridge Grappler tires. So those are 35 by 1250 on a 20-inch wheel, and so that's what you've got there. And as you can see, you've got the platinum wheels to go with that. Now, how do we make room or clearance for that? Well, we actually went with a ReadyLift 1.5-inch leveling kit. Now, why do you not do the 2.5-inch leveling kit? What we've noticed is that some of those leveling kits on the 2.5-inch leveling kit almost over levels it, and it causes the vehicle to look like it's squatting just a little bit. In fact, so much so that we've actually had to come back with a block in the rear to kind of make it sit back level. So that is one of the reasons this particular customer wanted to go with a 1.5-inch leveling kit in the front, so that way we weren't having to do anything funky in the back to try and get it to level itself out. And as you can see, it looks like it's pretty level to me. I actually think it's probably the best setup. Now you're probably wondering, like, why does the 2.5-inch leveling kit, why does that over level itself? Like, why is that? Well, as you probably remember, this original body style came out in 2017 for the F250. And what the bed of the truck was actually a lot higher back then than it was in 2019, 2020, and things like that. So they actually, when they came out with the new rendition of the F250 a couple of years ago, they actually lowered the bed of the vehicle back in 20, I believe it was. And so since the bed itself is lower, but the leveling kit in the front is the exact same leveling kit, that's why it ends up actually overcompensating for itself. So back if you have like a 2017 model, since the bed is a little higher from the factory, when you do the 2.5-inch leveling kit, boom, it is level there. But in this year model, you might want to consider doing the 1.5 inch instead of the 2.5 inch leveling kit on the Super Duty. Just something to note there, if you will. Now you'll notice the outside of the truck is very comparable to the years past as well. Not a whole lot to talk about here. Next up, you will see that this one is an FX4, which means it is a off-road package for the Super Duty. Now that's important to realize, because I want to talk about our very first thing, or I guess this may not be the first thing, but is going to be the change from 21 to 22. So now the King Ranch and Platinum 2022s, all of them are four-wheel drive standard. In the years past, you could actually get a Platinum or a King Ranch in a two-wheel drive Super Duty, but not anymore. For 2022, four-wheel drive is going to be the only way to go. Now, this is the optional package above that four-wheel drive, but it's just something interesting to note between those two. And let's talk about the availability of the trimmer package. The trimmer package is the FX4 package, but on steroids. It comes with a little bit of a leveling kit from the factory. It comes with 35-inch tires from the factory. Comes with some beefy running boards from the factory. It's designed to be kind of like if you had it's not a Raptor version of the Super Duty, but if you could imagine there's a Raptor version of the Super Duty and then you have a normal four-wheel drive Super Duty, it's somewhere kind of in between, if you will. So it's designed for still being able to tow, but still being able to heavily go off-road. But that XLT model is no longer available with the trimmer package. So if you want a trimmer package, it's going to be a Lariat or above if you want the trimmer. So just something interesting to note. Coming back to the front of the vehicle, I want to show you the paint. Now this one is star white in color. Now what's so cool about that is it's got some flake in the actual paint, and that's what I want to talk about next, is the availability of paint. So this is a carryover paint color from 21 into 22. You do have a brand new color available in the 2022 Super Duty, and that's going to be Atlas Blue, as you can see what it looks like right there on the screen. Now I will tell you that Lithium Gray and Velocity Blue are two colors that have been completely removed from the lineup for 2022. So if you want one of those two colors, you need to back it on up and see if you can find you a 2021, which good luck, because right now there's a very big shortage of new vehicles right now called the microchip shortage. Now let's take a look at the inside, which is where most of the major changes are for the 2022 Super Duty. So let's take a look. Now the first thing that I want to show you is that you have very comparable seats to last year model. So very similar. The leather looks the same. So does the seat bottom as well as the center console. What you're really getting a change is with this massive 12-inch infotainment screen that is taken directly out of the playbook of the 2021 Ford F-150. So a pretty sweet little setup. Now that is, as I've already mentioned to you, a 12-inch LCD capacitive touchscreen. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That's the same kind of stuff as your smartphone. So how you can have more than one finger touching the screen at any point in time, that's exactly right. That's what this thing has got as well. Let's go ahead and crank this thing up so that way I can show you a couple of those features. So here it is, this massive 12-inch screen, and what I like about this is I've had an opportunity to spend some time with this 12-inch screen in my 2021 Ford Bronco. Is I really love the fact that you've kind of got a picture in a picture, if you guys are old enough to remember that on some of these TVs. But you've got this massive little screen located right here, and then you've kind of got a secondary screen, so that way if you wanted to see where you are on navigation, as well as seeing what's going on with your phone, or if you wanted to just change the audio, you can do that while having two different things going on at the same time. It works out really well for Apple CarPlay. You can have Apple CarPlay on this side and then have a secondary source over here. It works out really well. And speaking of Apple CarPlay, you have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, assuming your phone supports it. It's a pretty trick little setup. Now, the only downside to that is that the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto typically can burn through your battery on your phone pretty quick, but Ford has got a solution for that. And it is going to be this wireless phone charger that you literally just set your phone right there on the charger, and it will start to charge your phone while you're driving down the road. So you don't have to, it's completely wireless. Now I will tell you that it is nice that it kind of goes out of sight, out of mind. The only downside is if you've got a bigger phone like I do, you know, it's kind of a it's kind of a tight spot to get it in and out of. So I wish there was a little bit easier to get the phone in and out, but I feel like I'm kind of nitpicking at that point. But anyways, yeah, back to the actual infotainment screen. Let's move on from that and let's move on to the next piece. You've got your volume knobs located right here. You've got the bezel around the radio is a much higher premium quality. As you can see, it looks like a brushed metal. It really matches in with that platinum theme very, very well. And as you can see, you've got your dual climate controls, and you can see the whole button layout is completely different in this setup versus the 2021 Ford Super Duty. I love the fact that they gave you fan up and fan down. This orientation for the button was a lot better than the years past where it was left and right. That didn't make any sense to me. You've got heated seats and you've got cooled seats, air ventilated seats. Now it's 96 degrees, and so I'm intentionally trying to roast Josh out of here by turning his heated seats on. Can you see he wanted to bring it back to the air conditioned seats pretty quick? But guys, it's really, really nice to have the air conditioner, but also ventilated seats or heated seats, just depending on what you're doing with the vehicle. Now, the next thing I want to show you is this, which is going to be your trailer brake controller. It's integrated into the system, and so that way, if the ABS is pulsating the brakes for the vehicle itself, hopefully that means some of that will transition back to the trailer itself, so that way you can stop in a more safe manner. So that's a pretty sweet setup that it is totally integrated in there. You also have your trailer backup assist, which is a pretty sweet little setup as well. The idea there is once you set up your trailer, you can save them inside of here, and you can back up the trailer. Literally, if you want the trailer to go to the right, you turn the knob a little bit to the right. If you want the trailer to go even further to the right, you turn it even further to the right. And so it's nice to know that this truck will back up a trailer for you just in case you need to let a buddy drive your truck, or if your spouse is driving your truck and you don't trust them backing up a trailer. It is a nice secondary benefit. Now, I know what you guys are going to say in the comments, man, if you can't back up a trailer, you don't need to be buying a truck like this. Let's be real. Not everybody can back up a trailer as good as everybody else. So it's nice to have a little backup there just in case you're uncomfortable. Four-wheel drive selector knob looks almost identical to what it was last year with the pull out to lock the rear differential, so that is nice to see there. But once again, the knob looks almost identical. This is going to be the contention point for a lot of different people. So what's interesting, and this is really not new for 2022, but it's something you need to realize, because we've had a lot of customers that order like a Lariat Ford F-250, and they get the vehicle and then they get pissed off or frustrated when they've got a switchblade key with no push button start. So if you are interested in a push button start in a Super Duty, you need to get the Lariat with the Lariat Ultimate package at a minimum to get that push button start. If you get just the Lariat package, it comes with a normal quote unquote switchblade key that you got to put in and actually turn forward to get the vehicle started. So push button start starts with the Lariat Ultimate package or the King Ranch. All of those get it. All of the Platinums get it. All the Limiteds get it. Push button start is not available in the XLT. Just something you need to realize before you place your order. Which, by the way, if you want to order your vehicle with us, give us a call. The phone number is 205-491-0000. We are not charging anything over MSRP on any of our Super Duty orders. So if you want to order a Super Duty, even though the supply and demand is all kind of jacked up with the microchip shortage, if you call us, we will not charge you a penny over MSRP, so that's good to know. Just reach out to us and we can kind of give you more pricing details as the market changes from a day-to-day thing, but it's nice to realize. Also want to show you the instrument cluster itself on the vehicle. One thing that's interesting about this instrument cluster is the fact that there's no massive 12-inch LCD screen inside the instrument cluster. So a lot of this technology has been taken over from the 2021 F-150 and put into the new Super Duty, except for the instrument cluster. You still have a normal faced gauge on either side with a smaller, I think that's an 8-inch screen. It would have been nice to see the massive screen that comes in the F-150 available in the Lariats and above. It would have been nice to see that in this Super Duty. You have adaptive cruise control, which is located right here as well. That's still all not changed at all. You also have your phone icons where you can hang up and then also answer the phone call. You've got your voice activation. Now, what's so cool about this is it not only will cover the voice activation for the Ford Sync system, but it also covers the Siri. So if you click and hold that button with your phone paired in, it'll actually summon Siri for you. And then also you have your volume knob or your volume button up and down, then also your seek, and then that middle button located right there, that is the button to change your menu. So if you wanted to go from AM, FM to Sirius satellite radio, as you can see right here, it's just a redundant version of that particular screen. So pretty sweet setup. One thing I forgot to mention to you is going to be the interior color of the vehicle. So it's interesting to note that the Baja interior, which is going to be the tan interior, is going to be for the Lariat only. Now also, I want to talk about the limited model, which is the highest trim level that we've already hinted at a little bit earlier. That is going to come with a navy pier with a light slate interior. And once again, that is only specifically for that limited model. So if you want that color interior, you gotta go limited. Another key change that Ford Motor Company made for the 2022 Super Duty is going to be in the packaging of the Lariat Sport Appearance Package. Now, what they've done for 22 is now you have a Lariat Sport Appearance Package and also a Lariat Black Appearance Package. The Sport Appearance Package is designed to be the color keyed package, to where if you don't want any chrome or don't want as little chrome as possible, you'd want to go with that Lariat Sport Appearance Package. The Lariat Black Appearance Package takes that a little bit further and actually takes all of the chrome and completely blacks it out. So you have two different choices for 2022. Let's take a look underneath the hood. Now there's not a whole lot of changes that's going on underneath here. You've still got the 6.7 turbo diesel. This is what Ford calls their Power Stroke. It has 475 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Now this is not new for the new diesel, but I want to tell you kind of a fun fact that not very many people that don't truly understand cars, it's just kind of a fun little fact. I like to try and teach you guys something different in every one of our videos. That's why you need to subscribe, not just because we're giving away a Bronco, but because we actually like teaching you about product that you probably wouldn't have found out anywhere else. So a normal motor, which is like a V8, you normally have your intake is actually in the middle of the motor, and you have the exhaust manifold is on the outside of the actual engine itself. Well, this particular diesel does it a little bit differently. You actually have the exhaust comes out of the middle of the vehicle, so that way they've got nice and premium placement for the twin turbocharger that this vehicle has. So you've got a nice close area for the turbochargers, and it's designed to make more power with less turbo lag, and yeah, the end result is 1,050 pound-feet of torque. So I think it's interesting to note that the whole architecture of this motor is actually flip-flopped compared to a normal vehicle. So there's your little fun fact for the day. So there you go. That is our video showcasing the 2022 Ford F-250. Well, really all the Super Duties and what you get different on the 21 model versus the 2022. Now, I've already said it, I'm gonna say it again. Guys, you need to subscribe to our channel, because when we hit 300,000 subscribers, we are going to launch the giveaway for our 2021 Ford Bronco. And as you can see right there on the screen, it is currently in stock form, but it is going to be quickly changing with the lift kit, wheels, tires, and a couple of other goodies. You're not gonna wanna miss that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that way we can start that giveaway. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hit some comments down below, hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already done so, and subscribe to the channel with that bell notification turned on so you don't miss a single video. Peace!